Okay, so this question is from Caroline from Spain, and she's asking me, what was the most exciting thing about going back on tour? Well, so many things have been great about going back on tour. I think the main one is to be able to use my voice again after everything I went through this year and these past months. To be able to sing again for my fans after 7 years of not singing for them in a live show. It's a miracle. It really is. There were times when I thought I was never going to be able to use my voice again in front of an audience, and so every night I just say thanks and also keep in mind that is just one of the best gifts that life has given me, to be able to be on stage and communicate with an audience and to know that I can make them happy for 2 hours. I think that's the best part of my job, to be able to make so many people happy. Second question, Elena from Spain. What's the most important lesson your kids have taught you, and how has it influenced your life and your way of work? Oh, they taught me so many things, but one of the things that I really thank them for is punctuality, because I think that before becoming a mother, I was a little all over the place and I didn't have any notion of time. A Monday was the same thing as a Sunday, and I had no sense of time. And now that I'm a mother, I have to be very strict about it because they need a schedule and they need a routine. And question number 3, Bastien from France. He's asking, we know that education is a huge part of your life. If you could teach in college, what subject would you teach? That's a very original question. I think I would probably teach humanities or anything related to that, like philosophy or art history or history. I really love history. Question 4, Vicky from Belgium is asking, I would like to know what you're doing to empower women and young girls to be more confident and break any chains that oppress their spirit. Well, I certainly hope that all the energy that I invest in my work and that I have invested throughout my career can maybe serve as an inspiration for many girls who also dream about something big. I was once a little girl in Barranquilla who dreamed about traveling the world and having a relevant voice out there. And I think we can all achieve that if we put an intelligent effort into everything we do, and especially if we do things with discipline and lots of determination. Here's a question from Anya in the UK. If your singing career didn't work out for you when you were starting out, what other occupation would you see yourself having? I would probably be a doctor. I'm like a frustrated doctor. Many people in my family think that I should actually get into medical school at some point, because I'm always diagnosing my family, diagnosing everybody around me, anyone who gets sick in my crew. I'm like the first one to say what they have and what they should do. And I really love medicine, so I would probably do that. Claudia from Germany asked, I'd like to know which of your songs is your favorite to play for your kids. Of my songs, I usually like to sing to them other people's songs, but they sometimes request Amarillo. I guess I like that one because it has many different colors. It mentions different colors in the chorus, so it's very playful. It's a playful lyric, and I think it amuses them. But they also like Toneladas, which is it's like a ballad, sort of lullaby. And they sing it from top to bottom. It's so cute to hear the two of them. They're 5 and 3, and they sing it together quite well, I must say. Johanna in the UK would like to know, what languages would you love to learn or write in the future? Well, I made a promise to Gerard a long time ago that I would learn Catalan. I claim that I speak Catalan, And I'm sure I can speak Catalan, and I understand it perfectly because Gerard speaks Catalan with my kids, and they answer him back. But I never really did my homework, which was to actually take official lessons of Catalan. So I owe him that one. Teresa from the UK wants to know, which song would you like everyone to know you for in 30 years? I guess all of the songs on my B-side, to call it somehow, I think the songs that never get to play on radio, which are the ones that I always feel the most proud of. But I guess that's very usual for us pop singers. We have that B-side that is very dear to us, and the more artistic one, probably the less commercial side. But yeah, I think that there is a demographic that still listens to that music, and I love to think that some of those songs will transcend time. Rita from Singapore asked, of the songs you perform on the tour, which is the most challenging one and why? I'll tell you something, Rita. It's pretty hard to dance and sing at the same time, and it's something I do every night. And I feel that I do it much better now at this age than when I was 18. Because I remember that my concerts back in the day only lasted an hour, because I had a very small repertoire. And my brother would literally carry me off the stage on the last song, because I was so shattered, like tired, that he had to pick me up almost from the floor, give me a banana, and like replenish my potassium levels. And later on with time, I got to build my stamina. So 7 years ago, my show was like an hour and a half long, and it felt like it was pretty hard. It started with like an hour and 40, and a little by little, very sneaky way, I cut like 2 songs out of the repertoire because it was exhausting for me. And now, I feel so strong on stage, and I feel that I can take anything. I'm extra motivated to go out there, and it's like I'm doing it for the first time, but with a much better stamina than when I was 18. Go figure.
Hi, it's Caitlin Evanson, and I'm in my glorious dressing room. It's awesome being a girl. Get your own place. And we're about ready to head out to the stage for a sound check. So come with me. Follow the smoke. Follow the Nadine and the smoke.
So what is this, Caitlin?
Well, this is my domain. Just this part. Right here. And here. So I get to sing and play violin and dance around in fancy outfits. And this is Tim, of course. Hey, Timmy.
Hey, what's up? What are we doing? What are you doing?
Just showing him a little bit of our world here.
Who?
Everybody in the world.
Oh, right on. Just everybody in the world.
That's Tim.
It's time to get to work.
That's Albert's rig, keyboards, all kinds of things, anything that makes sound effects. Same with mine. It's my little DJ rig. Feeling pretty happening. And we just put our little in-ears on, like this. They go in here, and then we get a little mix in our ears of the band, because everyone is screaming and yelling out there so loud that we can't hear the music unless we wear these. Okay, hang on. Here we go. We got it. 2, 1, check. 2, 1.
Showing the world. Hello, world.
6, 7, 8,
This question is from Nelly. She's asking me, when did you realize that you were destined to be a performer, and what has inspired you to keep doing it for so long? I think I realized I wanted to be a performer when I was 4 years old, and I started to perform for the first time in my school, in my school plays, and I just fell in love with that sensation of being on stage. And by the time I was 10 years old, I knew that I wanted to be a professional singer. And I think what keeps me doing it is the fact that I don't consider myself good enough yet, and I still think that there's room for improvement, and there's many things to be said and many songs to be made. Wayne would like to know what inspired me to start my foundation Pies Descalzos. Well, having been born and brought up in a country like mine, I think marked me in many ways, and living and being raised in a country where there's a social strife, and there's so much injustice, and there's so many people who have nothing literally, and it always made me believe that that's a reality that we can all change. And as soon as I had some resources, I put myself into the task of creating my own foundation and dedicating it exclusively towards education, the education of children, underprivileged children, children who are forgotten, who have been forgotten for many, many years, forgotten by our government, forgotten by the civil society, and just believing firmly that these kids need an opportunity to succeed in life, and that's all they need to thrive. Damien asked, who are some artists you've never collaborated with before whom you would like to work with in the future? Wow, I've collaborated with so many artists, and I think the one that I was still missing was Chris Martin. I always wanted to do something with him, and we were able to perform together the Global Citizen performance in Hamburg. And I think that with that, I feel that my glass is full for now. This question is from Julia. What is your pre-concert ritual? My pre-concert ritual, you know, there's so many things I do, like exercising, for example, stretching, preparing my muscles, drinking a little bit of warm tea, also praying, and you know, doing my own makeup and my own makeup, I think, helps me to kind of like get in the zone. It's a moment that I'm there in front of the mirror and I'm like setting my goals for the night and starting to concentrate. But yeah, sometimes the hours are so short before a show that I'm always rushing, and it's incredibly mad backstage. Pauline would like to know what were the reactions of my kids after seeing their mom on stage for the first time. Well, they were very excited. They're very excited about the confetti, of course, and the fireworks and those things. I think Sasha, the little one, was very impressed by the mask dance, and Milan, since he's such a football fan, I think he was very excited about Waka Waka and La 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 and those World Cup songs. Elba asked if Milan or Sasha decide to follow a music career, what advice would you give them? I would advise them to do it while they enjoy it, to be passionate about whatever they do in life, whatever it is that they decide to do in life. They have to do it with joy and commitment and discipline too, because I think that there's no way that you can achieve your goals in life, whatever they are, if you're not disciplined and determined and committed. This question is from Joanne. Is there a song so emotional that it makes you cry when you sing it? Well, I remember feeling tears brought to my eyes during my first concert of this tour. It was a surreal feeling to be in front of that audience that I had dreamt about for so long. That moment that seemed so almost impossible during the previous months while I went through my voice injury. There were times when I thought that was not going to happen for me, and that my voice was gone. And so to be there in front of an audience singing again, it's one of the most amazing moments of my life, period. D asks, what is your workout routine to stay fit? Well, you know, I love to eat. That's a problem for someone like me, because I really enjoy food, like to the extreme that some people just invite me to dinner because they like to see how I eat. Like, I completely lose my manners when I'm eating. It's like, it's such an animal act to me that it's yeah, I have to really put myself into the task of staying fit, and that means, you know, exercising regularly. And I decided not long ago that sports are the best way to keep fit without always killing yourself at the gym, which can be boring sometimes, even for me. So I discovered tennis, and I simply fell in love with playing tennis. You know, so that was kind of like my routine. I used to play tennis every day before the tour. Right now I can't do that because I can't afford you know, twisting an ankle or any of that stuff. So right now I just stay put and take it easy, and just do some sit-ups and abs and some arm work, and, you know, keep it light, but just watch my food and just try to always choose the healthy stuff over the unhealthy and delicious. This question is from Denia, and she's asking me what books I like to read to my children. I just like to read to my children stuff where there's no drama involved, where there's no witches, like Little Red Riding Hood, or any of those stories where there's a wolf. Or no, I like to read them stuff that is pleasant, that puts them to sleep without taking the risk of nightmares or any of that. So I read to them in both English and Spanish, and generally stuff that initiates them into reading, and stuff that has a message.